Hello, how are you today? We will to present you about design thinking in business. First of all, we are from Group 3. This is the member Group 3. Isaura Gabriella, Junita Zega, Malau, Meilia Maulana, Salsabila, Triana, Putri, and me, Susan. What is design thinking in business? Design thinking is very useful in solving very complex or problems by rearrange the problem in the right perspective so that it can find a solution. Benefit of design thinking in business. First, outstanding cost saving and ROE. 2. Design thinking mindset is a bridge between business goal and employee capacity development. 3. Design thinking focus on solution. 4. Creating closer relationship with customer or loyalty. 5. Creating innovative idea and solution. And last, more effective and can be applied in various fields. Why is design thinking is important? First, aim to solve concrete human needs is design thinking can provide a solution to the problem once identified. 2. Tackles problems that are ambiguous or difficult to define. Customers often don't know why problem they have that need to be solved or unable to verbalize it. But after careful observation, one can identify problem based on what they see from actual customer behavior and help define ambiguous problem, making it easy to find solution. 3. Lead to more innovative solution. Design thinking can help come up with innovative solution that may not have existed before. 4. And the last, make organization run faster and more effectively. Rather than research problem for a long time without design result, design thinking prefer to prototype and then test to see how effectively they are.
So here I will explain how this curve works. This curve shows that there is a value function to the customer and there is a benefit to the company. There are many companies that use this curve pattern, usually in the kitchen utensils, cooking oil, or clothing, as well as sandals and shoes. In addition, these two values are related. If the company uses this curve and loses one of these values, there will be a possibility of collision. And how does this curve work? Only slightly different from the previous curve. Some companies also use this curve. Usually, companies that use this curve prioritize the value of their products, so that they can generate benefits for their companies. Usually, companies that use this curve are companies that sell products at quite expensive price and with a very famous brand.
After learning what is design thinking, we need to move on the next part, namely the design thinking approach. From design research, building a knowledge base, according to Charles Owen book, there are the 4 stages which are discoveries, framework, principles, and solution. First one is discoveries. In this phase, detailed research and outside observation are carried out on the customer need or problems. Numerous methods can be used for this, such as interview, grading, survey, observation recording, video or photo. The result are the clarification of the general condition, the exact definition of the target group, and a comprehensive understanding of the customer and his needs and behavior. For example, we do a research on environmental problem occurring in a area and try to find out what they need.
Second one is framework. With the data gathered from observation, the innovation process moved to try and make sense of the data it was collected, framing and reframing the data through extra data, identify patterns, and eventually develop a focus on what is most important to the customer or user.
Third part is principles. Principles are extract from the insight and the model created in the framing stage of the innovation process, so that they can clearly begin to the understanding of the consumer or user needs. The last part is solution. The innovation process exists to generate solution, select the solution that best fits for the needs, and test is the potential consumer or users.
Next, how design thinking more does effectively identify opportunities and address business issues. Design thinking imposes structure onto problem solving by dissecting the process of identifying problems and coming up with solutions, and breaking it up into independent stages. took, you can run through each stage in sequence. You don't have to. The steps within each stage are not prescribed, so you have the flexibility to tailor the activities you choose to do to the size and scope of the problem. Here's a look at the different stages. First, empathize. Those responsible for solving the problem should be collecting insight firsthand from the range of people they are solving for. Second is define. People are unable to quickly and easily find the documents they need to get their work done. An important goal here is to define the core problem without suggesting the problem. Third is ideate. Ideate when trying to identify potential solution to a problem. It's important to separate the act of coming up with ideas from the act of evaluating or narrowing down ideas. And then the next is prototype. After you have generated a ton of ideas, allocate another time-boxed space to run through to narrow them down to the few that the group feels have the most potential to solve the problem at hand. And then test. Test now that you have a working model, you want to put it to the test to assess the degree to which it solves the core problem you've identified. And the last is apply as needed. If the idea you want to test has the potential to create significant disruption, you'll want to limit the solution exposure to a select group and gather feedback in controlled manner. And for next is Kak Bella part. There's no for Kak Bella part, and that's all from our group. Thank you for your attention.